Since you clicked this video, I assume that you think scales can be hard. So get yourself comfortable, and I'm going to share what I wish I knew earlier about scales and how they can be easy to master. My name is Simen, and I'm a guitarist, music producer, and graphic designer from Norway. I'm here to share everything I learned so far in my journey and document what I learned in real time. First, we need to understand why scales really can be hard. What is really the problem? Some common beliefs are that there are so many different scales, many different modes, hard to transfer to all keys, hard to memorize, hard to know what to focus on. I want to head you into the right direction so you understand how to overcome these obstacles. The thing is that there's really only one scale you need to really master, and everything else is just going to kind of fall in place once you understand a few things. So the first step to really understand scales is to master the 5 shapes of the pentatonic scale. I'm not going through all the shapes in this video, but I have a course on mastering the pentatonic scale. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll leave a link in the description. I almost said bio, but it's description on YouTube. The pentatonic scale is one of the most important building blocks in music. And once you really know the pentatonic scale, it's easy to create more complex scales. And you do that by understanding how notes relate to each other. Okay, so let me demonstrate. First, find the lowest root note in the A minor pentatonic scale. That's going to be the 5th fret of the E string. Then play the scale from this note, and we're only going to use 1 octave for this example. The thing is that this shape is the exact same from all the root notes. So if you know some more root notes, it becomes much easier to play scales across the whole neck. So let's go to the root note of the A string as an example. That's going to be the 12th fret of the A string. Then we can play the exact same thing here. So my point is that you should know all your root notes and then how all notes relate to the root notes, if that makes sense. So I can take this shape to any root notes. Just need to keep in mind that the tuning is a bit different when it comes to the B string. So you need to change the shape slightly, but the concept is still the exact same. So instead of learning hundreds of shapes, you're just understanding how the notes relate to the root notes. And with this information, we can add 2 more notes to the pentatonic scale and get the minor scale. So we're not learning something new from scratch. We're just adding on top of what we already know. This is so powerful that you should take a sip of whatever you're drinking. And if you're not drinking anything, you should get something to drink. And to be clear, the minor scale has the exact same notes as the major scale and also the 7 modes. The only difference is that we start on different notes. Okay, so let's use the pentatonic scale and add 2 notes to get the minor scale. And the first note we're going to add is the 9th. And the 9th is always 2 frets above the root note. So here's the root note. And here's 9th. So if you play the whole shape, And if you do it in 2 octaves, which is position 1, the whole position 1 of the pentatonic scale, yeah. So the ninth is always 2 frets above the root note. So for example, if we do this root note, the 7th fret of the D string, this is the 9th, or the 5th fret of the high E string, another 9th. Next note we're going to add is the 6th. The 6th is always 4 frets below the root note. So here's the root note. But I think it's easier to think that it's 1 fret above the 5th. And you probably know power chords. The second note you play is the 5th. So 1 fret above the 5th is the 6th. Or the minor 6th. So with these 2 new notes, we get the minor scale. We can keep going. Okay, so now we have covered that the first thing you should learn is the 5 shapes of the pentatonic scale. Then you need to understand how all the notes relate to each other. And then you can add the 9th and the minor 6th to the pentatonic scale in order to get the minor scale. So the idea is that instead of learning the minor scale like a completely new scale, just add the 2 notes, the 2 new notes, the 9th and the minor 6th, to the pentatonic scale. So let's say you're doing position 4 of the pentatonic scale in A minor, which looks like this. Then I can first add in the 9th. And as I mentioned, the 9th is always 2 frets above the root notes. So just find the root note and then you know where you can find the 9th. So root note, 9th. Root note, 9th. Then do the same with the 6th, and you can do this in all the minor pentatonic positions. Hope that makes sense. Might be a bit tricky to understand, but it's really easy when you first understand it. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. If you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to like the video on the screen next. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to take a sip.
Glittershaker.